So, hello everyone, this side Manish from Scalable India. And in today's session, we are going to discuss a basic topic, which is dimensional tolerance, but it is very important for the design engineers to know about. Okay. You can see that we have two drawings over here. Okay. When I asked this question, I have asked this question to a lot of times to the students that tell me the difference between these two drawings. If I give them the dimensions, let's say I have given the dimension 50 and 50.0. Okay. So sometimes I ask this question that what's the difference between these two drawings? The answer comes from the students that moreover that they are the same drawings. Okay. But in practice, when we use into our engineering drawings, in practice, we see both the drawings are different. Okay. Both drawings are different drawings. Okay. So if it becomes very essential and important for design engineers, it is very important and very essential for design engineers to identify and know the difference between dimensional units. Okay. So in today's session, we are going to learn about the differences between the metric based system and the inch based system. Okay. So whenever that dimension is a whole number, okay, we remove the decimal point and the zero if it is a millimeter based system. So in this case, we haven't used any decimal, and after decimal, we haven't used any zero. So it means that this is a millimeter based system, based system. Okay. And if we provide decimal point like this and zero after the decimal point, means it is a inch based system. So this is a inch based system. Okay. So in today's session, we are going to understand this difference between both the system, millimeter based system and the inch based system. Okay. So in this the first major difference identifying the metric system and inch based system is this, that if we are not using the decimal and zero, it is in and if we are using the decimal and zero, it is inch based. Okay. So whenever the dimension is less than the whole number, okay, many times the situation comes that the dimension is a less than the whole number. Okay. Let's say it is a dimension which is 0.5. Okay. So if I write over here 0.5. Okay. So whenever I write into the millimeter, I write like this, the dimension is less than, let's say the in case it is a 0.5. If I write into the inch based system, so I will not write 0 before the decimal. Okay. So I will write just decimal and 0.5. Okay. So 0.5 if I am writing means it is an inch based system, and if I am writing 0.5 means it is a millimeter based system. Okay. So then what we have is whenever it is greater than a whole number, let's say sometimes the condition comes that it is greater than a whole number, but by the fraction. Okay. Let's say we are having like this 50.5. Okay. So whenever I am writing 50.5 means it is in Okay. Whereas in inch based system, if I am writing the same value, we write it as 50.50. Okay. So after 5, we are writing over here is 0. Okay. So so this is the basic difference between the millimeter based system and the inch based system. We are adding the decimal and the 0 after the decimal place. Okay. Which tells that it is a inch based system. Now, if I then what we have, if it is a unilateral tolerance. Okay. If we are using a unilateral tolerance, let's say unilateral tolerance. Okay. So if I have to write unilateral tolerance, I will write 50. In this case, unilateral means one side it will be 0 and other plus 0.1. Okay. Same if I want to write an inch based system, so I will write 50.0, then minus 0.0 and plus 0.1. Okay. So this is the unilateral tolerance in this inch based system. Okay. So in unilateral tolerance, we put 0 before the decimal and then tolerance value. Okay. Similarly, if it is a case of when it is inch-based system, we have to add, if we are adding, let's say after 1 is 5. Okay. So in this also we have to put 0 over here, and 50.0 we cannot write, 50.00 we have to give. Okay, because it has to be uniform in nature. Okay, so it has to be low uniformity. Next, whenever we have the dimensions in the form of plus minus tolerances. Okay, let's say the tolerances has having not unilateral, and the plus minus tolerances are there. So how we are going to write it down in the form of plus minus tolerances? So in this case, if I write plus minus tolerances, 50 minus 0.1, okay, 10, and plus 0.25. Okay, so this is the plus minus tolerance we are writing down over here for the millimeter based system. For inch based system, how we will write? Minus 0.10 plus 0.15. Okay, so this is how we should be writing into the inch based system in the plus minus tolerances. Okay, then we add I've told you, then we add a 0 after it. If it is a 2 value, that 10 and 15, so we have to add 10 over here and 10 over here. Okay, to look uniformity. Now we can write this dimension in the form of limit dimensions also. Okay, so how we can write it down, these dimensions in the form of limits, and what are the differences between the limit dimensions? So in this, if I am writing down like this, 50.15 and 50.00. Okay, similarly, if I am writing down for the inch based system, so 50.25 and 50.10. Okay, so basically we give the tolerance, and if we want to find out the tolerance value, so we actually minus the upper limit minus the lower limit. Okay, so in this case 50.1, then I should not write as the 50.50. Okay, though it is a whole number, I have to add a decimal point and 0 to make it uniform. Okay, if it is a 2 decimal, then I have to add 2 zeros like this in this to make it uniform in the limit dimension. Okay, limit tolerance. So limit tolerance we are providing in this case. Okay, however, in this case you can see that both are same. Okay, how you will find out the different? So these are different ways by which we can differentiate between the metric based system and the inch based system. But in this case you can see that both the ways. But if you take this particular example, in the limit tolerances, you can see that which are shown in the form of limit dimension, then it will become very, very difficult for us to find out that which is metric based system and which is inch based system if these limit dimensions are given. So in this particular case, we have to we will check with the help of geometric tolerances. Okay, let's say, so like this, if it is given, so we will write it down like this. Okay, sorry. So in this case, like this, we have to write it down. Let's say we will use the flatness like this, the geometric symbol. And if we have written 0.01, means it is millimeter based system. So in limit tolerances, we have to find out this with the help of geometric tolerances. Okay, so in this is a feature control frame. Okay, so if it is written 0.1 mm, so with the help of geometric tolerances, this is feature control frame. This is feature control frame. So with the help of this value, with the help of tolerance value, geometric tolerance value, we will find out whether it is a metric system, millimeter based system, or a inch based system. So with the help of this geometric value, we will be finding out this. Okay. So this is all for today's session between the metric based and the inch based system in the dimensional units. Thank you very much.